back where we were, near the man door, you'll have a switch here for an exterior light just on the other side. Yeah, so we're back to your like home. We are in the first day of electrical roughs. So after this, we're able to get inspections, insulation, and then finally able to do the drywall stage, which once we get that, we're able to get you like a hard set date of when your home's gonna be done. But that being said, really mostly we're just gonna have some boxes up. You can see there's no actually lines that go to them yet, but it's gonna be able to give you at least a visual idea to make sure everything's in the right spot. So when we're near the man door here, the other thing going on in the garage is you're gonna have this little wall that's gonna protect your gas water heater. So gas line to that, and then you're gonna have water supply there and a vent above for the water heater. A couple other things in the garage. You'll have, looks like, I believe that's going to be another dedicated outlet back here. And then you're going to have two switches over here too. One's going to be for the lights outside of the garage. The other going to be for the lights inside the garage here. Another thing to point out, these two packs sticking out here is going to be where your water first comes into your home. Later on, they'll connect that and put a valve. So every time or anytime you have experienced like water leak or any reason you want to shut water off in your house, that's going to be the spot you do it. You don't have to go outside and mess with any of the valve boxes near the street. Last thing in the garage, above me here is going to be the one attic access you have. That's going to be a little platform up there called a catwalk. And that accesses the little room up there, which is just a conditioned space. And the only thing that's going to be in that room is going to be your furnace. There's going to be a 4-inch filter in there. I'll reiterate this at the NHO. It's kind of nice. You can just see what that room looks like right now though. But up there's going to be a 4-inch filter that goes into the system. With it being so like drawn in how it is, that 4-inch filter is just attached to the return air through your system, and then it also brings in fresh air from the outside. It's part of a new energy code. Basically, that just means that there's gonna be a little fan that like comes on either all the time or whenever you want it to run, and brings fresh air into that system to go through that filter. But we're gonna actually pull that filter out so you don't have to mess with it, turn that system on, or turn the system off, excuse me. We're gonna have a regular furnace filter that's gonna be installed right in the hallway here. That just makes it a little bit easier for you to be able to exchange the filter every month or every couple months as it gets dirty, besides for crawling up there to get that one taken care of. Carrying on with inside the house, take first the left here, and that's gonna bring you to the master bedroom. There'll be a couple switches when you first come in here. One's gonna be for a can light above, and then you should have another one, I believe. Actually, I think there's gonna be one switch here. And then when you come inside the master, you'll have one switch that's gonna be for the pre-wire for that fan. There will just be a light on it when you see it the next time, but it's gonna have like a hardier mount basically, and that's what makes it the pre-wire. Other stuff in here, you have a couple outlets scattered throughout. One of these will be a pre-wire for cable and internet. Another one will be an outlet. And then you'll have a couple more outlets scattered throughout. They're usually pretty generous with them, so I believe there's 4 other ones scattered along the wall here. Pretty good for furniture placement. Also up in the wall, you're gonna see one of these vents. I believe it's that one's gonna be the air coming from the furnace. The other one's gonna be a jumper duct, so it's just transferring air into the other room. Go this little hallway here, you'll have a switch for a can light above in here, and then you're going to also have a switch each side of these 2 closet areas. There'll be a door on each one of them. Then you'll have closets in there as well. Inside the bathroom now, when you come in here, you'll have 2 switches, one for the vanity lights, and then another for an exhaust fan. That fan's just not hooked up yet from the electricians, but it's gonna go right around here. That that duct there is going to be for air coming into here, hot and cold air. Then you'll have tub and shower combo. Or sorry, not tub, just the regular shower. And then you're going to have a dedicated bathroom area here. Inside here you'll have 2 switches, one for exhaust fan in here as well, dedicated one, and then just another light in here as well, another can light. Get that out of the way. As we come out of the master, this is going to be where the laundry room area is. You'll have 1 switch in here for 1 light centered above here. And then you're going to have, really the only thing else in here is you're just going to have stuff on this wall. Basically just a dedicated outlet for the washing machine, dedicated outlet for the dryer, exhaust for the dryer, and water and drainage for the washer. Another nice thing to see when you're in here right now, this is going to be the first condensation line for your furnace. Later on in the process, you're going to knock this out, and that's going to be for when the furnace is running. Normal running of the furnace is going to just draw condensation. That's going to have just a little bit of drips every so often. And as you can see, this eventually has like an elbow in it. So if you ever hear drips inside your laundry room, that's a pretty normal sound to hear, and that's just that condensate line. Come through this hallway. Another thing to point out, that's going to be where the thermostat's going to be mounted for the home. Now we're in this hallway area here. We could go check out the first bedroom right when you come inside the front door. You enter here. You'll have a switch on the wall. It's going to be for the 1 light centered. And then you're also going to have fire alarms in every room. That's one thing I didn't point out yet, but there are going to be 1 in every room. They'll all be hardwired together. And then, so that means they're just going to be off the electrical. So they're still going to have batteries in case you do lose power, and then they're still going to chirp at you when they do need to be replaced every couple months. Other things in here, you're going to have a couple outlets similar to the master scattered throughout. Looks like 1, 2, and then 3 and 4 by the windows here. Other things to point out, inside this little interior wall, we put one of the water lines. That's going to be an exterior, like frost-free hose bib. Basically, they just attach onto the line so the valve shuts off inside the house. So it should eliminate freezing, but we still know accidents happen on the outside of things. So if that outside like valve ever got, or not the valve, but like where you would attach your hose overfroze and that did break and you had to replace it, we still leave just like in some extra lines so they can pull it through and attach a new one. You can have another one for hot and cold air there, and then bypass doors for the closet area here. Moving on, straight across here you have a little hall closet, kind of like entryway closet. And then as you continue here, you'll have that hall bathroom, kind of similar to the master. You'll have a couple switches when you first walk in. One will be for the 1 vanity light, and the other will be for the fan above here, for the exhaust fan. Tub, shower combo here, and then toilet's gonna go right there, and the water source for that. You also have 1 outlet above the backsplash area, and that will be GFI protected. Great, keep going here. Other bedroom, pretty similar to that first bedroom. Biggest difference I just like to point out, mostly just like the lighting in here, so not as much lighting. But this is going to have a couple other things. You can see where the condensate line comes out for your AC unit. Kind of cool to notice where that's at right now. And then plumbing back here for the water or for your tub. And then outlets, the light situation in here, and then let's see what else is pretty typical. The bypass doors in the closet are going to be pretty simple as well. Large hallway. On each ends of the hallway there'll be 2 switches. One of them is going to be for the hall lights, and then like on this one you'll have another switch for lights in here, and then the one by the front door you'll have another switch for exterior lights. Enter the living room area. You have a couple switches on the wall here. You'll have 3 of them actually. One's gonna be for hall lights in here. One will be for the lights next to here, and then the third one's actually gonna be for half hots. So most likely it looks like this outlet and that outlet. So both the outlets on this wall, the top of the outlets will be controlled by that switch. The bottom ones are still remain active always. Come to this wall over here, you'll have an outlet, you'll have another outlet, and this one's actually going to be controlled with the Smurf tube. That's going to have one that comes out all the way up here. This will have a blank plate on it the next time you see it. Basically, if you ever wanted to mount a TV up there and had all your cords hidden, they could go through that tube and pop out down here where you could attach everything and hook it up. Fireplace centered between the 2 windows here. You'll have another electrical outlet, and then you'll have a switch here, and that's going to turn the fireplace on and off. It'll also control the pilot light and the fan. Next to that, you'll have one of those exterior outlet switches. So there'll be an exterior outlet outside of, or sorry, the exterior lights outside of here. You have a couple other outlets as we go around near like the dining room area. One by the slider here, another one over here. Kind of hard to visualize it right now, but there'll be an island here for you. Cabinets get added on, and the countertops make it look a lot bigger. But kind of nice to point out right now, you'll have an outlet down here that's going to be solely for the garbage disposal, and that'll be controlled by an air switch that's built into the countertop. And then you have another outlet that's on the other side of this wall for just extra outlets. It's great. Kind of come around just past the pantry area here is going to be where the area is for the refrigerator. You'll have a dedicated outlet, dedicated water source. And then as you kind of like follow around where the cabinets kind of start here, you'll have a bunch of outlets built in to where the backsplash is. Those go all the way around. Make it to this area here. This is going to be where your range goes. So you can see you have a gas supply here for the range. It's going to be a power source for it. And then as we go up, you'll have a vent for the microwave. That's going to be the fan for the range. And that'll be a direct mount fan. So there's quite a bit of room above the microwave. That will also have another outlet up here. You just have yet to add it. And we keep going around here. One of these is going to be this one. This far one on the left will actually be a phone jack. We're still required for medical reasons to put those in. Great. Looks like the only thing else we're kind of missing pretty much on the whole home, just the pantry area here for the kitchen. That'll have bypass doors on it. Great. I think that basically covers everything. Yeah, feel free to reach out to me or Ryan if you have any more questions. Thanks.